Hello, in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to draw a mermaid using simple lines and shapes. For the first step, we're going to be tracing a coin. I recommend using a quarter or a medium-sized coin that's a little bit bigger, not too small, not too big. You should now have a medium-sized circle that's not too big, not too small. We're going to be making this into a head now. For the next step, you're going to be making a vertical line on each side of your head, just like so. And they're tiny. Notice how they're tiny. One here and one here. Just like that. Two vertical lines. Next, we're going to be making an upside down rainbow and connecting our two vertical lines with a curved line to make the chin. Now I'm going to make one vertical line down the center of the face. This is going to be my guideline to let me know that's where the nose goes. So just like that, make a guideline. And you'll notice this is going to be the eye line right here. Here's going to be probably where the nose goes. So my face is a little bit too small right now, so I need to make it a little bit bigger. Carry that line down and make it just a little bit bigger. You can go ahead and use your Nemo eraser, or if you have an eraser and your pencil, go ahead and use that and erase the curved line you had before. This is how I make my heads. Not the only way you can make them. It's just the way I find easiest. Alright, so that should be good for now. Next, we'll be making the line of movement, also known as the line of action. It's exactly what it sounds like. It's a line that shows, it communicates to the viewer how the character is moving and which way they're going. So mermaids, they have really long tails, and if I want her to be sitting, she can be sitting maybe this way, something like that. I'll just draw it very lightly first. If I want her to be swimming, I can have her line go down like this. Maybe her tail goes out like so and loops over, kind of like that line. Think about which way you want your mermaid to be going and what movement she's doing. If she's sitting, if she's swimming, what's that going to look like? I'm going to go ahead and do that really quick here so you can see me do it, but you do not have to follow along with this line at all. It depends on what you want to do. Think about that and then draw your line. So I'm going to do a vertical line. She's going to be kind of straight. Then she's going to loop over, kind of swimming like Ariel, all the way over here. This is going to be the end of her tail. And that right there is my line of movement. You do not, be careful, you do not want to make squiggly lines. I've seen some people do it like this, where you have kind of a curved line there, like that. She's not wavy like that. Start off with a straight line, and then that straight line breaks out into a curved line that goes one way or the other. Alright, that is your line of movement. Next, we're going to be drawing the neck and also the shoulders. They're very simple, two different lines. For the neck, you're going to draw two tiny curved lines. You can also do a straight line if you want to. I just prefer curved lines. So I'm going to do two curved lines for her neck. Underneath that now, I'm going to draw one horizontal line that ends right here and right here. It should be about the same length on each side. So I'm going to make one straight line, just like so. That should be good. Alright, next, you're going to be drawing a circle. Just like that, tiny little oval that lets you know this is going to be where her shoulders kind of loop out. Follow that. You can trace that now to make her shoulder. I actually don't really like that. It's kind of big, so I'm going to make her shoulder a little bit shorter. It's going to turn out being a little bit more cartoony than I want. But here we go. The shoulder will be like right here, curve over. Curve over, and you're going to carry that line all the way to the middle point right here. This is going to be her chest area. So we got the head. For the head, we started off drawing a circle about the size of a coin. Next, we went in and we drew two vertical lines that go down the side of the face. Make sure you make it a little bit longer than what I did. And then we made a curved line to make our chin. Here we did two tiny kind of C-shaped, they were C-shaped little curved lines for the neck. We made a horizontal line horizontal, it's a line goes side to side, side to side. So we made a horizontal line for the shoulders, then a curved line that connected with the bottom to the middle, and this will be the top of the mermaid. Next, we're going to be doing the tail. We are already kind of had to start the tail here. First, we got to draw her hips, and they're very simple. You can do it two different ways. One way is to draw a circle, just like around that. If you're doing a girl, you want to do a circle. If you're doing a boy, you can do kind of like a square shape, just like this, to make it more firm. And there you have your hip. So we got the human part of the mermaid. This would be what a basic human figure looks like. Now, this is where it will be different. If I was just drawing a figure, I will start drawing legs. Now, my favorite thing is the tail. When I was a kid, I loved drawing mermaids for two reasons. One, Ariel was my favorite princess. And second, I hated drawing legs. Legs were the bane of my existence. They were very hard to draw. And so I just found drawing mermaids easier because I just had to draw curved lines in the tail, and it was just simpler than drawing legs. So what I'm doing here, this is my guideline for the tail where I want to go. On the outside, I'm going to go in and I'm going to be making an outline around that line to make the tail. And usually it loops down around right here. That way this part will be the tail. So same thing here. Follow that line. Just trace it. So this is my tail right here. Now I'm going to be making the fins. There are two ways to do the fins here. You could do triangles like so, just like that. Or you can do kind of wavy lines that spread out and go off the page. That's kind of what I'm going to do. So we got one big tail here. Now we're going to do another one. Loop over, up. If you remember, we did flowers together. This is just the same thing as a leaf. It's just a very bigger version of a leaf. I kind of like how this one has a curved line in the middle, something like that. Okay, so I got the basic outline for my mermaid. Now we just need the arms, and then we need to have the shells. So for her arms, all you're going to be doing is deciding which way you want to go. It can be going down, up to you. To make those, you'll be using two diagonal lines. All right, so we got one. A diagonal line is a straight line that suggests movement. Usually you have vertical lines right here. This is vertical. Here we have horizontal, side to side. So vertical is up and down. Horizontal is side to side. And then diagonal is the weird one. It goes side to side, but it's, slanted. It's diagonal. It shows movement. So for her arm, I kind of want her waving, so I'm going to make one arm here, one like that. Then she has her arm facing up. Notice how I'm starting with just stick figures. Maybe here she'll be holding something down here. So we got diagonal line, and then another one that goes down. All right, so we have the basic movement for the arms. Now we're going to go back in and make them thicker by tracing it. So I'm going to go in here. Make the same line here, close it off with a curved line. Do the same thing here, straight line, connect it with a curved line. Got the first part of my arm. Now I'm going to carry this line up and make another kind of straight line that goes down. Same thing here, follow that line and just make it thicker. Okay. So we got the arms done. Now we got to do the hands. For the hands, it's very simple. You're going to be making kind of half a circle. Just like that. If you need to pause the video anytime, go ahead and pause the video. We got the circle here, and then circle here. When you're drawing your thumbs, keep in mind that your thumb should always be facing inside your hip, unless you're like this arm and she's looking that way. So in this case, the thumb's going to be right here, because if her hand was down, this thumb will be facing into the hip. So we'll have a thumb right here. just like that. And I'm just making little tiny curved lines, kind of like a little U. They're tiny U's. A mixture between a U and a V. So we got my thumbs. Now we're going to make my 4 more fingers. On your hand, you have 5 fingers. If you watch the old animated classics, don't believe me, but you'll see. In the movies, Snow White has only 4 fingers. And like in the old cartoons, animators will do that to keep it easier on them and have to draw 5 fingers. So if you want to do just 4, you can do 4. So I'm going to do 1 here, loop around. It starts off with a diagonal line. So 1, loop around, that's 2, and again it's 3. I'm going to put 1 finger in here, and 4. So that gives me 5 fingers. Then here too, I'm going to start off with a straight line, and then you loop over. Trace that, straight line, loop over, straight line, and loop over. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. I need 1 more finger. And there you go. There are many different ways you can draw the shells on her chest. I'm going to show you the easiest way first, and then we'll move on to a harder way. So first you're going to draw a horizontal line right towards where the bottom of her chest area is, just like that. That's 1 horizontal line. Now we're going to be making 1 big M, just like that. Flip over 1. It kind of looks like hills. And then like that. That's how I used to draw the mermaid's breast when I was in kindergarten. And you can add any designs you want. We can might do some lines here to suggest shells. Lines like that. Maybe some pearls in the middle. Alright, so that's one way you can do that. Another way, it's a little bit harder. If you want to do the actual shells, it will be something like this. Start off with a curved line, loop over, connect it, and then again, it's kind of like a teardrop. We'll do this 3 times. Curved line, connect it, curved line, and connect it. And then on the bottom, we'll do kind of some wavy lines to make the bottom of the shell. That's one way you can do shells as well. You'll just do 2 of those. Okay, so we have pretty much everything here. I'm going to go ahead and speed this video up and do the eyes, the nose, all the features. In the next video, I will show you guys how to draw the eyes step by step and the mouth.